Oh, hey everyone! Hello. How are you? Happy Wednesday. We're blessed with a chaplain. We're blessed with a chaplain and a Big Kids WB review today,
Yeah.
everybody! Let's go!
Let's go. And hi, train. Chugga, 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 chugga. Or is it? Or no? Is that, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah.
Someone just used a lot of bits. Holy fuck.
Yes, Robin the Snob, thank you for those 5,000.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Hello. Sorry, I got distracted. I am gonna knock on all the wood before we say this. My internet has been acting up this week. I've done what I can. I've called Comcast. We had some issues on Monday, and I'm not sure if we're gonna have issues today. I'm hoping not. Keep your fingers crossed. If it does happen,
know it's not my internet this time.
yes, if it does happen, there will be a plan. Don't worry, we will not let your bits go unanswered if the stream is unable to continue. I do have like a whole bunch of different things in my peripheral, so I should hopefully be able to notice if there's issues, and we'll just go from there, okay? Wow, excuse me, I suck something in there. The duck goes moo. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody.
Okay.
Hello. Let's get to the rules. Oh yes, hello, Chaplain. Let's get to the rules so that we can start answering your questions because we are in a hype train right now. Thank you all so much. Appreciate that. First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, we sometimes have time for highlighted questions, but please save your highlighting for the end of stream because I can't scroll up and look at them. Also, highlighting a question does not guarantee that we are going to see it or read it. Please do not repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do it. That kind of applies to the bit messages. We do have a list. We do get behind. You don't need to ask the same question twice. Chances are we're just behind. Sometimes we can get up to like an hour behind. So just be patient. I do have a list. It is very, very rare that we actually miss a question. Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, the more likely we are to lose the point, and then I don't have time to repeat it. So it's better if it's short and to the point. That also kind of applies to part questions. Please don't have multi-part questions that are more than like 3 parts. It's also, again, very easy to just lose the point at that point. I just said watch the length of my questions. I was just about to say it again. I'm so silly. Maybe check to see if someone else hasn't already asked your question. It's not that it's really an issue. It's just that we feel bad if you're like the 4th person to ask where Doug is on Owl House or what's a clue for next week. And we just have to be like, we already answered that, moving on. Just hate that you spent money on that when we've already answered it a couple of times. Please, no spoilers, okay? Spider-Verse has only been out for a weekend, people. 1 weekend. No
and everybody
spoilers.
already knows what the bagel effect is.
No spoilers, okay? I think that's it then.
Think we got it? Yeah, I think we got it.
Fantastic. Awesome. Then let's get into some of these messages. Because holy cow, we are almost in a level 6 hype train. Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
Noff, thank you for the 250 bits. Doug and Heather, I must totes adore today's NC episode. And it also makes me sad that isn't another Saturday morning cartoon channel to make an NC review out of, and an excuse to include you guys, Malcolm, Tamara, and Walter.
I missed half of that. Well, what was it's very excited. What about the Saturday morning?
That, they're sad that there isn't another Saturday morning cartoon channel to make an NC review out of.
Well, I mean, so there technically is, but I didn't grow up with it much. I know there's like the one Saturday morning. I was thinking about doing TGIF, but I don't know how many people would watch it. That might just be more my time kind of thing. But I don't know. People watched the Disney afternoon one a long time ago. So yeah, we'll see. It might not be the last one. We'll see.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. This may be a lot, but how would you rank the entire Skywalker saga of Star Wars, not including Rogue One or Solo?
Man, probably Empire. Probably New Hope. Shit. I guess Return of the Jedi. Maybe. All right, I'll say Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, Phantom Menace,
Attack of the
uh,
Clones.
Rise of Skywalker, then Attack the Clones.
Ooh, all right, okay.
Attack the Clones has nothing.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello there, Heavenly Heather and Dazzling Doug. How are you guys?
Oh, dazzling, thank you.
Dragon's Toy, thank you so much for the 38-month subscription. Welcome back for 38 heckin' months. Appreciate that. Hello, lovely people. I hope you are all having a great day. Heather, the only reason Doug made you act like you could only do a tiny poof of fire in the latest review is because you were filming in his living room, right? Yes, I mean, I can't let the whole world know about my pyromancy, so, you know, or that's, I don't know, is that what we call pyro powers? Listen, the whole world can't know that I set everything on fire. That's the point.
Pyro worst.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Killer Joe?
Well, I don't know if I know that movie. Let me see. Killer Joe. 2011? Yeah, I have never heard this flick. I will try and check it out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Which is worse, Batman and Robin or Batman v Superman?
I'll say Batman and Robin. Batman v Superman is at least attempting to get some ideas. I actually kind of like it better than Man of Steel, honestly, but I don't know, because it gave us, Batfleck was pretty cool, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman was pretty cool, and like I said, some of the things they were hinting on, there was something there, but yeah, it just didn't work. Batman and Robin, I know it's just an Adam West episode, but at like 2.5 hours, that's way too much Adam West episode.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgia-ween for the Boogeyman. It'll fill your Stephen King quota.
Maybe somebody was recommending Doctor Sleep, and that might be interesting because that'd be I definitely got stuff I can say about that, both pro and con. So we'll see. I haven't seen the Boogeyman yet.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Just saw the new Spider-Verse, and I'm in love. That, RRR, and Top Gun have been my absolute favorite movies to come out this decade.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's doing well, too. Like, it's not just doing well, it's doing great. And I'm just so hoping, man, between, like, this, Mario Brothers, and Puss in Boots and stuff like that, that there is this sense of, like, animation really can dive into, like, what people are looking for and experimenting with, but then also, like you said with Top Gun, like and RR, the spectacle is also really, really becoming big. So that would be kind of my perfect world, where you have the spectacle, where people are really focusing on doing like real stunts and trying to blow you away again, and then just really experimenting with animation, tying that into good storytelling. And all of that would be fantastic, and it looks like it might be going that route. So I'm crazy excited for that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Martin Lawrence sitcom Martin?
I only saw it when it came out, so I was like, I don't know, 11 or something like that. I might have been too young to get it. I remember not really getting into it, but again, I was like 11, so I don't know. I guess I should try and watch it again.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Probably Dark Knight. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you seen the Flash TV series from 1990? It's a pretty decent show with impressive special effects and action scenes, and Mark Hamill playing a psychotic comedic villain who's very similar to a certain Batman villain that he has played.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out, and I hated it when it came out, but I wasn't aware it was supposed to be campy. I was taking it a little too literally. Again, I would have been like, what, 9 years old? Something like that, 9 or 8 years old. So I was like, yeah, I don't want that from the Flash. I want a real super. I want Batman. I want blah, blah, blah. And yeah, now looking back, it's hilarious. It's a ton of fun. And Hamill is just yucking it up in the best way. So yeah, it's a fun time.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Well, Doug, thanks to you and Tamra, I declare a new meme has been born. We scream the name of a show or movie and then punch you for no reason. Batman and Robin, bitch!
Well, let's hope it doesn't physically catch on, like people just come to my place.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo!
That's assault. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever met the riff tracks guys? Also, you punched yourself into blurriness.
Oh, blurrian, yeah. Is that better or no?
A little bit. Yes. Ah, there you are.
Okay, cool.
There you are.
We did a kind of a crossover with them, actually. So we never met them in person, but we entered a contest where the winner gets to do, kind of a riff with them. Yes and no. You get to like record something with them, but it's not like doing a riff throughout the whole thing. It's more like they put a spotlight on you. This is the early days of like the website and stuff like that. Yeah, we got to talk with them, and we got to write for them, which was the coolest thing. At the beginning of the riff, I wrote this intro where we're pretty much making fun of Mike Nelson, and we just wrote the lines and said, feel free to change anything. They didn't change a thing, and they said everything exactly how we imagine they would say it. And that was just like spine tingling, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this is like exactly how I imagined this would go kind of thing. So it was very, very cool. They were very, very awesome people.
Joel B., thank you for the 100 bits. Would you say that Lord and Miller are the closest we've gotten to a modern-day Zucker brothers and Abrahams?
I think it's beyond that, honestly, because it isn't just comedy. I don't know what I would necessarily compare them to. I don't want to necessarily say Disney. That's a pretty tall order, but something along those lines where they're really trying something like new and different and incorporating comedy in a different point of view on stuff we're familiar with, like the Lego Movie or Spider-Man and stuff like that. So I'm ecstatic that they're being celebrated as much as they are. And man, it's their week, because isn't Clone High back as well? Like that was their show too. Yeah, I mean, it's like, so they're just like, I don't know, they're either the busiest people in the world right now, they're pulling their hair out, or they're just like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I don't know, they gotta feel good right now.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Adam Sandler movie Spanglish?
I never saw it. I've always seen clips, and every time I see clips of it, I always think, man, this looks good. Everybody looks so good, except for what's her name? Taya Leone, I think is her name.
I'm not sure.
I'm not a big fan of hers, and watching that, every time I see a clip of her, I'm just like, oh, this isn't working for me. But maybe I should sit down and watch the whole movie. Maybe if I sit down and watch it all,
it's pretty good.
There are times where I'll see a clip of somebody acting, and then when I see it in the context of the film, I'll be like, oh, this is actually a lot better. So I should give it a shot. It's one of the few James L. Brooks movies he's directed. I'm actually shocked to see how few he directed. I really thought he did a lot more.
Joel B., thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Brad Jones' favorite movie, Caligula?
It's another one I haven't seen, surprising. You know what? I've heard so much about it. I feel like I've seen it, but it probably is one of those movies I think you really do have to see it to believe it. Maybe just one day I'll sit down with Brad and just be like, okay, let's just have a movie night and finally watch this. Because, yeah, it sounds like a wonderfully uncomfortable good time.
Taylor the S'more, thank you for the 100 bits. Is there any way you could talk about Shaolin Showdown and its downfall with its sequel, Shaolin Chronicles?
We were just talking about this before we started. I said, how much you want bet just half the comments are going to be, where's Shaolin Showdown? We didn't watch it. None of us watched it. And I knew it was going to be one that people are going to be like, where is it? Where is it? Because, I've only seen a little bit of Kids WB, and I knew that show existed, but I didn't see it, definitely not enough to talk about it. So yeah, it was just one of those where I kind of looked around, I looked at the list, and I was just like, I don't think we have room. None of us saw it. So sadly we couldn't work it in there, man. I'm so sorry.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 150 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather. Doug, just want to know how you're enjoying Owl House and what episode are you on? Also, poof, that's my noise for a punch.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice. How far am I? So I just got the punching bag put together today. So I'm finally back to boxing because that's when I
was
watch
frozen
the morning
today.
show, like Owl House and stuff. And so I watched like 3 episodes in a row while I was putting it together. So I got to, oh, my. Thank you, Max Man. But, where was I? Oh, I got up to, without giving away too much, Hunter at the school. I think people will know what that means. And I'm still liking it. I still think the bad guys are so boring. It's funny because Rob's starting to watch it, and he's really getting into it. And he's sort of drawing these comparisons about what he thinks it's about and sort of like the layers to it. And it's one of those things where I have to tell him, no, that's not it. And I say, I know it's not it because as the show goes on, they make it very clear what it's about. And it's still fine. It's still okay. But I like shows that keep it a little bit more vague because you can read more into it. Like Rob's, thoughts about what it could be about. It could have worked if in the second season they didn't really point hard at this is what we're talking about. You know what I mean? But it's still done fine and it's relevant and stuff. But I've just seen a lot of it. It's still funny. It's still interesting. I still want to see where it's all going.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 145 bits. Doug, since this movie just turned 25 this week, would you consider doing a Nostalgia Critic review of Jim Carrey's all-time classic, The Truman Show?
Truman Show is interesting because I really like it. I don't love it, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's one of those few films where I've talked about. I made an editorial I called So Good It's Bad. Can a movie be so good it's bad? Which sounds insane, but something where they do everything right, but there's no real risk taking involved. And, where something can be thrown off or you're gambling something. And Truman Show just sort of does what you're supposed to do with a movie like that. And it does it in the right way. And then that's kind of it. I feel like it should have gotten a little bit more risque in certain areas or really show even more the darker side of it, maybe. But then the show wouldn't do that, would it? It wouldn't show the darker side. But then you see behind the scenes, so I feel like you could show more of the darker side. You know what I mean? So it's like, I might. That's actually not a bad idea. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this would be goddamn interesting the more I think about it. So maybe I would. It's funny because I was thinking about doing Liar Liar too, because I like that movie. But yeah, now it's like, maybe I'll space it out. Truman Show actually would be pretty damn interesting.
Joel B., thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Netflix musical, The Prom?
No, I heard it's not good.
It's not even funny bad. Like, I watched it hoping that it would just be like super fun, corny bad, because that kind of super fun, corny bad musical is right up my alley. It wasn't even that.
Like Greatest Showman or something, where it's just like, this is bonkers.
It wasn't even like Moulin Rouge levels of anything. It was just...
Yeah, that's
it wasn't even High School Musical.
So yeah, it didn't interest me. Also, I'll be honest, I'm still kind of riding the high of the Matilda musical. Like a part of me is like, I'll wait until I see another Netflix musical because man, that was just so good. I feel like it'll be. I feel like I want to wait before I see Netflix attempt another one, even if it's a bad one.
Deb the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Oblivion 2013? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so. Let me see if that's the one. 2013?
Yes, correct.
The Tom Cruise one. No, I haven't seen it, but it is fun seeing them try to do the Tom Cruise doing his own stunt thing before it really blew up when they were trying to make it a thing, because that was kind of during the Mission Impossible 2. Look, he's climbing a mountain. Look, he's doing his own stunts. But like the ego was still way too much in the way. So they're like, look, he's riding a bike. Man, he really wants to know how that bike works. Like just all the behind the scenes. Look at him riding that bike. But just nobody cared. Like the movie didn't look that interesting or whatever. But so it is really cool seeing how that's built, and they had to figure out what would make this interesting and what franchise would this be interesting. Obviously, they figured it out with Mission Impossible, and of course Top Gun. Like I feel like they utilized a lot of that much better. So it's interesting seeing that in between time. With that said, no, I haven't seen it.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey guys, great work on the Kids WB episode. I always love these kinds of reviews because not only do they bring back a lot of nostalgic memories, but they also bring in a lot of that existed kind of shows and allows all the Channel Awesome cast members to give their own reviews.
Yeah, finally sitting down and watching Lunatics Unleashed was pretty interesting because so much of it was just as bad as I thought it would be, and in other parts I'm like, all right, that's a little creative. I gotta give them a little credit there.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Garbage Pail Kids, bitch!
Well, that's just what happens when you say the title of the movie. Just somebody punches you. I mean, that's still the price we're all suffering for that film.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the horror movie Funny Games? And if so, what are your thoughts?
That's one of those where I think I've seen clips, and I've seen enough clips to know what it's about and what happens and how it ends and stuff like that. Let me make sure that's the one thing. It's like the two prep boys that just like kill a family, right? Yeah. I kind of see what they're doing. It didn't do much for me. I don't know. It's hard to make a movie like that interesting, and it's hard to explain why a movie like that would work or doesn't work, because there is that exploitive angle, and it's supposed to be exploitive, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't quite grab me. It seemed like it was just a little too focused on the shock and not any intelligence that went into it. But I did see it, like I said, just in clips. So maybe if I just sit down and watch the whole thing, maybe it'll be different. I had that happen with Clue. I only saw it in bits and pieces. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. But then when I saw the whole thing, I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. So maybe it'll be different if I actually sit down and watch the whole thing. In one go.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Point Break movies? The first one is fun 90s cheese. The remake is some hot trash.
Let me make sure, because I always confuse Point Break. Yeah, that is the one. So, I started it. I really wasn't liking it, but again, I think I was kind of closed off to like the late 80s, early 90s nostalgia cheese. I wasn't a big Keanu Reeves fan when I saw it and stuff like that. Now I feel like, especially after seeing Hot Fuzz, I feel like I would go back and watch it and just have a good time with it and just enjoy what it is. So I should give it another go.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, at some point, would you please make an NC for the 1997 Borrowers movie? It's probably the most nostalgic film in my whole life, and you reviewing it would make it come full circle for me as a fan who's followed you for years.
I have it on the list. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but it is on the list. I'll probably get to it at some point.
Robin the Snob, thank you again so much for the 5,000 bits. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Dear Rob, sorry he's not here today. You're my favorite Midnight Screenings guest, and I love Brad ruins Rob's day. So I'd like to give you this token of appreciation as a gift. A very happy belated birthday to you. I will write that down to text him that people gave him some birthday love.
I will give the response he would give, though. Garbage! No. I'm sure he would be very, very thankful.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite J.J. Abrams movie?
Man, that's one of those where it's like he does so much producing. It's like, yeah, which ones did he actually direct? A part of me is thinking like, would it really be like Force Awakens? Like it might be actually. I mean, clearly Rise of Skywalker. No. I guess he didn't direct that much. Yeah, I guess Force Awakens. Take that for what it's worth. I do like that movie.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you think are some of your favorite romantic movies?
Man, God, that's really something like, because when a romance works, I really do like. I'm actually a sucker for a really, really good, well set up romantic movie. But there aren't many. It's kind of like me in horror films too. Like I don't think many films are scary. So like when you do get one, it's like ooh. If you're going by really cliched ones, I actually do have a soft spot for Somewhere in Time. I think it's a very romantic film. Man, I usually like ones where just the two have like just really good chemistry and they don't follow the same tropes that they usually do. So I don't actually like a lot of rom-coms, But shit, man, I don't know. I'd have to like really, really look because I know I've seen like a handful, but there's not many. Yeah, maybe I'll look it up while we ask the next question. Yeah, see if any like pop up.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits, and I hope you're prepared for this one. Doug, clue for next week's NC.
Oh yeah, I never am. Isn't that funny? Shit. Okay, what clue can I do with this? It's got initials WC in the title. That's about. Literally, I can't think of any other clue I can probably say.
Interesting. Okay. Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, favorite Nicolas Cage performance and favorite Nicolas Cage movie if they're different.
I really liked him in Bringing Out the Dead. I thought he did a really good job in that. It's kind of an underrated flick. Man, let me think. Is that my favorite movie of his? It might be. I don't know. It's a very unpleasant movie, but that's kind of the idea. Like, I don't know. It makes you appreciate like the people that just spend like all their time just staying up at night, like trying to save lives, and just the effect it has on them and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. All that's, you really feel it in that movie. I like that you really feel it. In terms of like romances, I was looking up a couple here. This is a bizarre one. I actually really like the movie Her, the one where the guy falls in love with the goddamn computer. Let's see. I just had another one here that was pretty good, and I lost it. Say Anything's a very good romance. I just had another one here. I just wanted to find before I forget. La La Land, I think is a.
Uh-oh. Doug? Hello? That wasn't on my end. Doug? There you are!
Okay, but was that me or was that you?
That was you. I'm not seeing anything on my end.
What?
I'm not. Oh. We didn't drop any frames on stream.
What? Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry, Doug.
Oh, I am so angry. You were building up like you were gonna be the one that like would drop these, and all of a sudden like it's my end. Oh
yeah,
my
I'm not seeing anything on my end right now.
Oh, everything's off. Everything's off. So yep. Everything's a lie. You know, Skynet's real. It, like I said, has a great sense of humor. It likes fucking with me, man. Not cool. Not cool, Skynet.
Elite. Doug, that's Pokemon's revenge. Maybe. Robin the Snob, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts going to those affected by Canada and South Jersey fires? Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Those images are so surreal. Just seeing New York like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, just to everyone, man. I mean, please keep safe. Take the best care of yourself that you can. Yeah, I'm sorry for everything going on, man.
Oh, thank you, DCL Coda. I did not remember what Doug was talking about because I was concerned that it was on my end. You froze just as you were starting to talk about La La Land.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, no, I was saying La La Land's another romance I like. Yeah, man, just going through like the list and everything, there's like okay, so there's, I do like this one. 50 First Dates. I actually think they have good chemistry in that. I actually think it's legit pretty funny. It's one of the few Adam Sandler movies where I'm like, you know what, that was legit, like, kind of romantic. And yeah, most of the other ones I'm looking at here, I'm like, yeah, no, that was lame, that was dumb. Yeah, there's not many.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, please tell or show us about the framed tweet you have from Roger Ebert.
Oh, I don't have it here. Shit, I'm trying to think where it'd be in the studio. I'm sure it's in storage now, but
I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's the one time where I'm like, Twitter's a good thing. It was I did a video about the history of Siskel and Ebert, and I saw him in person at a book signing, and I told him about it. I didn't even think he'd remember it, but whatever, who knows. And he tweeted out the best, funniest video I've ever seen about Siskel and Ebert ever. I was just like, and he has the link there and everything. Holy fuck! So I framed this. Someone who just countless times makes fun of Twitter, I have to acknowledge I do have a framed tweet.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Kids WB was my jam. I loved at least 98% of the block. Hysteria and that dog team were clearly mistakes, but Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Along with Digimon just struck me at the right age. These two still to this day remain my top 2 favorite anime until the day I die, so much so I still rewatched old episodes and collect the cards.
That's awesome. I'll say this too. It's always interesting when I edit these, because I had no idea what Yu-Gi-Oh was about. I knew something about cards, that's it, or card captors and stuff like that. So it is kind of interesting hearing like Heather describe it, and then looking for these clips. Okay, that's a kid. Okay, that's this episode. Oh, that's how that happened. Okay, and it's like when you hear it described, like it does sound fun. It does sound interesting. I still would love to check out Dragon Ball at some point, both the original and Dragon Ball Z. I'm still like, it has to be after I retire, though, because I know there's so many. One Piece I'm a little curious about, too. Did One Piece finally end, or no? Is it still going?
I think it's still going.
God damn. Okay. But, yeah, no, there are a lot of those I would like to check out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Which director would you rather interview? Quentin Tarantino, the Coen brothers, or Scorsese?
Scorsese would probably have the most interesting stuff to say, and I could talk. Coen brothers would be like pulling teeth, and Quentin Tarantino would just be me saying, "Shut up!" because he just talks like a mile a minute. So yeah, I mean, Scorsese you can kind of say that about too, but I don't know. It's a little bit more. I don't know. He doesn't annoy, and I love Tarantino's movies, but like I can't watch an interview with him. It's just too annoying.
Crimson Fox, thank you for the 100 bits. Any East Coast appearances planned?
No, it's another year I've really fallen behind on like looking for cons and stuff like that. So apologies for that. But we got like 1 or 2 coming up. I think we still need to be confirmed on, but like also on one of the reasons too is because of the studio stuff. I haven't been like,
yeah,
it's like I don't know what's going to be going on sometimes when these cons are happening. So with the studio and everything, so we're kind of playing it safe too.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, for the next commercials video, I recommend looking up a commercial called Yogo Bus. I don't think I've seen such an insane commercial from the 90s in my life, and I grew up on 90s commercials.
Huh. Not Yoga Bus, Yogo Bus. Weird. 90th. Oh, it's from Australia. Okay, that's because I'm like, I feel like I would remember this. All right, I'll check that out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Mel Brooks movie?
Think it's yeah, it's got to be Young Frankenstein. That one just makes me laugh so hard. Under that, I mean, it's just the ones everybody likes, like Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs. Yeah, those would be under it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Of course Heather would be into Seto Kaiba. He's just Sephiroth with dragons. Listen, I never claimed I was into anything except edgy anime boys when I was in middle school and high school, okay? That was my type. It remains my unironic anime type, and you just gotta deal with it, okay?
The angst must flow.
The angst must flow. Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, wondering if you've been enjoying the Rattle of Pebbles books I got you. Hope history came alive. Hashtag I sucked something in there. That the World War I.
Oh, yes, okay. I have not had a chance to read it yet. I do still have it, but I have not had a chance to dig through it yet. But yeah, I'll do my best to get through it. But yeah, I'm a bathroom reader, so I'm pretty slow at it.
Crimson Fox, thank you for the 100 bits. With the recent reboot and resurgence in popularity, would now be a good time to review Beavis and Butthead Do America?
I don't know. I really like that movie a lot. I don't know what I could add to it. Again, it's one of those just, it kind of speaks for itself. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of much I would add to it, so probably not.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the History of the World Part 2 TV show?
I never saw it. I wanted to wait and hear if it was any good. I haven't heard anything pro or con with it. I didn't even get to the first one that much. There's only like a handful of laughs I got in that one, so I wasn't like crazy excited to see the TV show. But I guess I should probably give it a chance. But yeah, I just haven't. I forgot it even existed until you brought it up.
Porcupines Are God, thank you for the 100 bits. I watched Freakazoid and Batman the Animated Series at the same time last year, and I couldn't take Ra's al Ghul seriously because he sounded like the Loeb. Has something like this ever happened to you with actors?
Charlie Sheen, I think, when he was trying to do something dramatic, I couldn't do it because I was introduced to him through Hot Shots. So, watching like Platoon or like Three Musketeers or some movie where he's supposed to be serious, I'm like, I can't. He played that, stoic, bland, serious guy saying stupid lines so well in Hot Shots. The actress too, I forget her name, but she was like in Rain Man as well and stuff. But she's from Hot Shots, and same thing. I'm like, yes, this kind of rough to do. I could buy her okay in Freed. I bought her okay in that, but yeah, other movies, it's really tricky.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Did you ever watch History of the World Part 2? And if so, your thoughts?
I haven't. Yeah, literally just answered that before, but I'll see if I can give it a shot. It didn't interest me because I didn't even get into the first film that much, but I might give it a look.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Which director would you rather interview? I know I'm going to mess one of these up very poorly, and I apologize in advance. Barry Jenkins, Bong Joon-ho, or the Daniels, the ones who did Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I mean, I hate to say it, I'd have to look up the other ones, but just going by that, I mean, I really liked Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I think that's like the hot thing right now is not only going to different dimensions, but as we saw with Across the Spider-Verse, just throwing so much at you and so much weird at you, but the weird actually ties into the storytelling in a unique way. So I probably talked to them just to man, just setting up so many of those shots and those ideas. I mean, that must have been just such a nightmare to do. I thought they handled it very well.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen House of Gucci? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, I never did. This one, I always heard mixed things about it. Some people say it was pretty good. Other people are like really bad. So I had a chance like last week, and I think we decided we saw Jared Leto's name and we went, nah.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, with Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer coming out next month, maybe you could review Tenet. I know it would make more sense to talk about Dunkirk since it's also a period piece, but Tenet has fascinating and unique concepts that people are split on, and I'm super curious what you would think of it.
I should at least check it out. It just looks like the most Nolan-iest Nolan movie, you know what I mean? And I like Nolan when he's like kind of half Nolan, if that makes sense. Like with Dark Knight, it's like, well, he's adapting something, so you kind of get like only half Nolan, the good Nolan half. And that just looks like pure Nolan to me. So I don't know. I should check it out because I did like, it's Inception and Memento and stuff like that. So I should give it a shot.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I wished you got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day. Since you're into dark stuff, there's definitely some dark twisted undertones you'll be into. Like Kaiba threatening to allow himself to be blasted off the roof of the villains if he didn't win a card game to save his brother. As a kid, I was like, Jesus, dude, it's just a card game! But I loved it.
Okay. It's funny, because I think I edited that scene into the Kids WB episode, and I was kind of looking at that like, boy, what's happening in this moment? And it's like, I think that's it. I think that's what was happening. So thank you for clarifying that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Ed Helms movie?
That's another one of those. I know that name, but I have to, he's a comedian, right? Let's see. So. Hangover, Vacation. Yeah, okay. I mean, I have no problem with him, but I don't get into a lot of these movies. Let me see. Don't Let It Be The Hangover. Come on, it's gotta be better than that. I didn't even like The Hangover that much. Oh, you know what? He was in Ron's Gone Wrong, so I'll say that.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Sorry to keep giving you tricky questions, Doug, but how would you rank every Muppet movie? I don't know if we have time for every Muppet movie. Maybe top 3 to 5?
Yeah, I'd have to remember them too. I mean, Muppet Caper is my personal favorite. Then probably The Muppets, the one with Jason Segel, then probably the Muppet movie, Muppets Most Wanted, Muppet Christmas, Muppet Treasure Island, and then the space one. I think that's all of them.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I bought Cocaine Bear on Blu-ray because I missed it in theaters. I watched it and man, it is as bad and stupid as everyone said it is, but I kind of fucking loved it.
At first, I thought you were gonna say, "I just bought cocaine."
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear. I still haven't seen it. You know what? That's another one I gotta write down. I feel like that'd be a fun movie night with my wife. I think she would like that.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Babylon 2022? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was the name of the movie, Babylon 2022. No, and I want to, because it's another one I hear is very divisive. It sounds like a divisive movie I would find very interesting. So I do very much want to check it out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm gonna mess up this name. Have you seen anything by Yorgos Lanthimos? Dogtooth, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, The Favorite, or The Lobster?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me. I feel like there's a movie of his I've seen that I really like. I'm trying to remember what it is. Let me look at the guy's movies real fast. I did like The Lobster, like the first half. After that, I thought it got a little dull. But and I did like The Favorite. I was trying to see if there's anything else that. No, maybe that's all I know him for. Okay. Yeah. I guess The Favorite is The Favorite then. Oh my.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. What's the best trope breaker moment in a movie? For me, it was in John Wick 2 in the tunnels, and you actually see him run out of ammo and reloads like a normal person. Well, in the past, he would have had unlimited ammo.
There's a couple I really like in. I don't think this is a spoiler, but in Amazing Spider-Man, where it looks like he has to lie to Gwen, "I don't love you" and stuff, and then she's like, "My father told you to tell me this, didn't he?" I love that she put that together, and we didn't have to wait a movie for them to, drag, even though they did kind of drag it out. But trying to think of a. No, I know there's others, but that's like the first one that came in my head. I don't know, it's the only one I can think of right now.
Damn, Tamara, you know how to make an entrance. Tamara in chat, all caps, Scooby-Doo, bitch!
Well, she forgot the punch. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There it is. M. Tapid, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather! Or, sorry, this is Michael. I don't know why I read that wrong. Michael, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, I had no idea that you had some knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh! And played a little bit of the card game back in the day. Next time I'm in town, we need to talk. Oh, golly. That's intimidating and also amazing at the same time. Yes, let's talk. I got rid of all my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, though. I forgot that I had given them all to my little brothers. So I do not have any of them anymore, unfortunately.
Do they still have them, though?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. Probably not. Strider for Life, thank you for that 24-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Watching Spider-Verse got me playing Miles Morales again in his Spider-Verse costume.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was weird when he wasn't wearing that in the game. I was just like, this doesn't feel right. This feels weird. I gotta get, like, a Miles costume. You know what I mean? Get some mileage out of the Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do, Doug. Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you make an NC for the 2012 Three Stooges movie?
I got it on the list. I've never seen it. I've gotten a lot of requests for it. All I know is that there's some sort of really awful tie-in with the Jersey Shore. Everything else about the movie, I kind of hear half and half. Some people really like it. Some people really don't. So I'm curious to check it out. But everybody hates that part.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. In terms of the original trilogy, I think Empire is the most well-made, but Return of the Jedi has the most entertainment value. Agreed?
I know where you're coming from, because there are some slow moments in Empire. Jedi also, I feel like kind of wastes time, but it wastes it in an entertaining way. I mean, the Jabba stuff is fun. The Ewoks are kind of cute and stuff, but everything with the Emperor in there, to me, is like some of the best Star Wars. That just, I don't know. I could just watch that whole scene and be like totally satisfied.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. I heard Hocus Pocus 3 is in development. Do you think the studio is pushing their luck?
Did 2 do that well?
I don't know. I don't think a lot of people liked it, but I think a lot of people watched it, and that's what Disney Plus cares about.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I thought 2 was I'll say about as good as the first. I didn't get into the first much, but uh, I don't know. I feel like they got their little reunion. Yay, cute, and it's probably time to stop.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Last Airbender, bitch!
Oh no, you know what? I just thought of something though. It'd be interesting if they did the Hocus Pocus 3 with the kids from the opening of 2, because they were pretty fun, and I thought like that'd be interesting seeing them like grow up. I do kind of like a prequel thing. You can get like those actresses are maybe a little older now. I don't know, but even if you don't get them, just get 3 other like little actresses and like have them grow up. Like that'd be interesting to me. Like how do they become these characters?
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Tying into the Kids WB video and the bumper to bumper segment, you may or may not continue till your attention switches to Clone High. It might be fun to look at the bumpers that aired during that time period. It's still so bizarre to see characters like Batman talking to Ash Ketchum.
In Kids WB, is that what they're
the Kids WB bumpers.
So like what you brought up there, yes, most of what I saw was just people turning saying coming up next this kind of thing, and the party and the confetti and stuff like that. So I'm not that familiar with them, and I don't know how tricky it'd be to find them. So again, I feel like I should leave that to someone that like really did grow up with that stuff, because like I said, I only knew the it's a party all the time at the studio kind of thing.
Spike, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you do a Drive review?
I liked it. I don't think I could add much to it. I don't think there's anything I could say about that everyone else hasn't already said, and it kind of speaks for itself too. So probably not.
Porcupines Are God, thank you for the 100 bits. How is the studio doing? And what joke did you think it was that caused God to smite it?
All of them. It's all of them combined. No, I take it back. It's the Santa Christ joke. We all know it. It's a mess. It's a big, crazy mess. That's about. I'm sure I could say more, but I won't. I'll be nice. But yeah, it's a big mess.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, here's an idea for the next Kids WB style review, JetX. It ran on Disney with a lot of nostalgic shows that are still being talked about today.
I know what it is. I didn't grow up with it. I wouldn't be the one to talk about it. Like I kind of know what the logo looks like and maybe 1 or 2 shows, but yeah, I don't think I'm the one to talk about. I don't even know like really the identity of it aside from just action cartoons. So yeah, leave that to someone who understands it much better than me.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a clue to next week's NC, please?
WC is in the title.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Which profession do you guys prefer Miles Morales get into? Art, like the movies, or music, like the games? Personally, I think Miles fits more as an artist than a musician.
I mean, I'm gonna prefer art, clearly. Not to say that music doesn't work as well, but you know what it is? He's really blown up. People know him. He's called the Cosmonaut Variety Hour. He talked about the movie and he really focused on the music of the film. And I thought that was a cool thing to focus on because it's like, yeah, man, it is really good.
Yeah.
So that's already kind of worked in where I feel like Miles sort of doing artwork and stuff like that's sort of a way you could work in like a different type in there as well. Something that's like, oh, so they both have like kind of like shared equal time there. Though I guess the art style keeps changing too, which is why movies are so fucking good. But yeah, I don't know. Either works.
KP Krupp, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever heard of a series called Saturday Supercade? It was a series of short cartoons from 83 to 84 based on popular arcade games from that period like Donkey Kong, Q*bert, and Frogger.
It's funny. I didn't know that name, but as soon as you said it, I knew exactly what it was. I'm like, this is like the Donkey Kong and Q*bert and stuff, right? And it's like, yeah, I've only seen a little bit of it. It was just a little before my time. Looks like something I could watch like maybe 2 minutes of each show and then want to do something else. You know what I mean? Like just to see what the hell it's like and then be like, okay, I'm good. I got it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Why watch porn? Just punch Doug. Punch drunk Doug.
Everyone's so mean today. Oh my
You're
god, look
fine,
what Tamara
Doug.
started.
Doug, shut up. No one cares. No, just
You're supposed to
kidding.
punch me after that.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. First reviews for The Flash are out, Doug. It seems mostly positive, although one criticism that I actually was expecting based on the trailer was the CGI. I guess a lot of DCEU movies don't have the best effects.
You know, it's funny. I think it's a good sign. They did give me an early screening Monday, but I edit on Monday. But they have another one the following week, so I'm gonna go then. And the fact that they wanted to get it out so early, I think is a good sign. I think there's good buzz around it, which is cool. The only thing we were talking about is just Keaton in the Batman outfit does not look good, and I'm so afraid of that. He looks great as Bruce Wayne, but yeah, in the Batman outfit, it's a different type of shooting when you're in that outfit as well, and he's a lot older, and the face change. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong, because I love Michael Keaton. I'd love to see him back as that character, but yeah, I was more happy with just him as Bruce Wayne, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that you've done Kids WB, unless you have something else planned for the future, I honestly think it might be good to look into Cartoon Fridays from Cartoon Network. Kind of as a sequel to the Toonami episode, and just as a chance to watch and talk about some classic Cartoon Network shows like Ed, Ed and Eddie, Johnny Bravo, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
So I've only seen like a handful of them. Like I do know what they are. You know, I've seen a little bit of Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab and stuff like that, and I do know the little cartoon, like I know the little intros and stuff, but I don't think I've seen enough. And again, I really feel like if I'm going to cover this, I should understand it. I really should have, you know, just a full comprehension of it. And I would have to sit down, watch all of that. And on top of that, I feel like I would have to kind of be raised on it too. And I think I was probably in like late high school when that came out. So I could talk about it. It's not going to mean as much to me. Something like the bumpers weirdly kind of meant more to me than those shows at the time, because I was like, man, this just feels like a little gift, because nobody is looking for this. Nobody's like, you know, setting their VCRs to record this. So it kind of felt more special whenever I found those. But yeah, the shows themselves are great, but you need someone that grew up with that and like helped shape them to talk about it. And that's not me.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Real talk, I really miss Rob. Where is he? He's been very busy and doing his own thing. He's not like sworn us off or anything, but
no.
These aren't always the most convenient things for him to come to.
Yeah, and you know, you'll hear we got bloopers for Kids WB coming out.
Fun.
And yeah, they're great. Whenever we do these, they're so much fun. But he's in the background sometimes, like, you know, is saying a few things and stuff like that. So like he's in there too, and we'll get him on here at some point. Yeah, just a lot of stuff's been going on.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. After all the hits you've taken today, I worry for your mental health. Want to try this questionnaire to make sure you're okay? 1. Red or blue?
Oh,
red or blue, Doug?
Oh, I thought there was more.
There are.
I'll have the lasagna.
2. Plane or sailboat?
Lasagna.
3. Have you ever lived the same moment twice?
Just
3. Have you ever lived the same moment twice?
Yeah, I was
Honest
just about
reviewer,
to say
thank you for the 100 bits. After all the hits you've taken today, I worry for your mental health. Want to try this questionnaire to make sure that you're doing okay?
Okay. Yeah, at first I'm like, all right, say the same question again. Doing the whole thing again, that's pretty good. I like that.
JF the Lolzor, I'm sorry. Thank you for the 100 bits. Is it too early for recommendation for Christmas reviews? Because, hear me out on this, Boss Baby 2. It's like an entire level of what the fuckery.
I keep forgetting that even came out. Let alone it was a Christmas movie. I don't wanna. First one was enough.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. There was some news that dropped about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, one of which the developer said you don't need to play Final Fantasy VII Remake before you play Rebirth. It had me thinking, movies and games been doing this for a while. Maybe people should experience things before jumping into new products. If not, oh well.
You know, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so I'm not the one to talk about it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think if it's able to be more accessible to a wider audience, that's not a bad thing. Like, I think it was great that you didn't have to play the first 3 God of War games to understand what happened in the, like, reboot, sequel, the God of War PS4 is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think that's great. If they had made it so you had to play the first 3, a whole new audience would have been lost. So I don't think it's a bad thing to make things like that more accessible.
Well, if you're going by movies, look at something like Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. It's like, I don't know, like, it would have a fan base, but I don't know if it would be nearly as big if it wasn't for Army of Darkness going to a broad audience and not even making it clear necessarily that there were 2 movies before it. When I saw it, I just thought it was a standalone film, and I found out, no, there's 2 other flicks.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I find this interesting. I've heard almost nothing but positive reviews for The Flash, but it's currently sitting at a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's almost like Rotten Tomatoes isn't the end-all be-all of movie criticism.
As someone who is on Rotten Tomatoes, I must disagree. No. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I had a chance to see it this week, but I'm like, I want to see it when it at least the week when it comes out. I didn't want to do the thing where you give the thoughts and you wait 2 weeks. Like, that just seems really weird. Also, I was busy too, so we'll see. Honestly, the thing I'm weirdly the most excited about, me, because I don't know much about this version of the character, is Supergirl. I thought she looked pretty cool. I thought the outfit looked cool. I thought the haircut, like, she looks like angsty as fuck. I'm just like, this kind of looks good. I don't know anything about her, so I think that'd be fun to see what they do with that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can you review Russell Crowe Gladiator?
I feel like I'm gonna get eaten alive for that, because I don't like the movie. And I don't hate it. It just seems like trope, the movie, but it's acting like, oh, it's doing some stuff you've never seen before, man. Get ready. It's like, no, it's every one of these, gladiator type movie tropes, and it was just so dull to me. So yeah, I know it's got a big following, a lot of people like it. I'm just like, and I don't think I'm gonna tempt fate with that.
Maxman, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate that. Just finished watching the Kids WB episode. Oh my god, I think Doug is frozen. That was the creepiest. The creepiest freeze. Oh, chat. Oh no. Doug.
Yeah.
There you are. I cannot hear you.
Oh, you can't?
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, there we go.
Okay. No, you're right. It's my end. It was still, you were still talking. I was watching on Twitch. You were talking fine and everything, and I fucking froze up. I'm so angry. I am so angry.
Yep. That was.
Everything's off. There's 2 lights on in here. What the hell else am I supposed to do?
That was just the creepiest freeze, too. It was just like. You were very creepy.
I'll just try to have like Chaplin up here the whole time, so if it freezes, you at least have a key to look at Chaplin up here. Chaplin,
there you go.
Look there. There you go.
All right, great. As I was saying, Maxman, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Just finished watching the Kids WB episode. Grown up watching both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! With Yu-Gi-Oh! The epicness of the Yugi versus Pegasus, waiting every day to see how it ends. Can't wait for the NC on Wednesday. Woo!
Thank you. Yeah, no, they take so much time to do, but man, they're especially fun to shoot. It's great just getting everybody together. We just all kind of like sit on the floor with like blankets and sleep. We got snacks and stuff like that, and like we'll wear like pajamas and everything. And I don't know, we just get crazy giddy whenever we do these. So yeah, like I said, we'll have bloopers coming out for it too, and you'll see.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Sigh. Maybe I'll skip Disney-cember this year. It's not your fault, Doug. It's Disney's for being egregiously mid these past few years.
Well, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna review like other stuff from, all the other years they've been around. Yeah, it isn't just like, things that came out this year. So yeah, we still got plenty of stuff. They've bought everything. So there's a lot of stuff I have to catch up on and review.
Danny R., thank you for the 100 bits. Doug Walker, have you ever seen the Amazon Prime kids show called Gordimer Gibbons' Life on Normal Street? It's a very good show, and it should get the Doug Walker seal of approval.
Gordimer Normal Street. I mean, that's a fun title. I have never heard of it. 2014. Yeah, nothing about this is ringing a bell. I guess I'll try to check it out.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Gran Turismo trailer? I'll check it out because I like Gran Turismo, and most importantly, because we may get to make another whipping Orlando Bloom joke since he's in the movie.
Yeah, I've only played a little bit of the games. I think the the whole idea of like, I can't figure out if that's a really fun idea or just stupid as fuck or both. You know what I mean? That's one where they're bringing like kids together to play the video games and then to actually be like drivers as well.
Very loosely based on a true story.
yeah, crazy loosely based on a true story. I don't know. I guess I have to wait. I feel like it's going to be really dumb in a bad way, but hopefully it's a so bad it's good way.
I'm intrigued.
But who knows? Maybe it'll work, and maybe it'll be one of those films where it's like, man, I thought it was going to be dog shit, but it was like really, really smart and really good. So I'll have to wait and see.
Spike, thank you for the 100 bits. Just do 1,000 words.
What?
1,000 words is capitalized, so I'm assuming it's a movie.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I know that movie. I will try to check it out. Hold on, 1,000 words movie.
Eddie Murphy movie, chat is saying.
Oh, okay, all right. And people have recommended it to me before. It just looked like nothing, but I guess like something left an impact on people because yeah, people have recommended it in the past. I'll try to at least watch it.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you review The Odd Couple Part 2, which was made 30 years after the original 68 film and was the last film Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau starred in together? Perhaps an old versus new of the Odd Couple TV series from the 1970s in 2015?
It's Matthau.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not one of those that's spelled really weird for whatever reason. But I don't think anyone would watch it or care. And on top of that, I like the Odd Couple movie and show, but I don't have a passion for it. So yeah, I don't think I would care that much either. Not that they're bad. It's just it doesn't call to me.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Talking about The Truman Show. Wow, it's something that's never been done before. Isn't it like The Last Action Hero? No, don't you dare say that.
Is it? I didn't, not much, but I don't know. I probably won't use that joke. But thank you.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. Possible positive NC review for the Matilda musical? Or do you think that it would be too tricky with music because of copyright? I saw the stage show live, and this was a perfect adaptation.
It feels like it was, and I never saw the stage show, but I could just feel like, oh, I could see them doing that, but man, they changed it just enough for like a movie and stuff. I feel you want to see like a bad version of that. It's not awful, but it's not good. And like the producers, like go see the Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick version of that. You see how like it doesn't work as well as a film, ironically based on a film. But again, I don't know how much more I could add to it. I only recently got around to liking the original Matilda, so I don't know how much more I could add in terms of the musical.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Sailor Moon was the first anime I've seen as a kid. This was before I knew what anime was. I still have a massive crush on Sailor Mercury, so I was drawn to Card Captors because it's like a combo between Sailor Moon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, Heather, you forgot to mention Card Captors' kick-ass theme song. Which card was your favorite? I loved the Shadow card. I also loved Shadow card as well. Also, like, okay, listen, I'm not to be that person, but I'm going to be that person for a second because I was very that person in middle school and high school. But I didn't watch, I watched like the first 2 seasons of the English Card Captors, and then my friend was able to get it in Japanese. So I watched more of Card Captors in Japanese than I did in English. So I didn't really remember the American theme until actually my husband sang it. He was like, "Don't you remember the secrets of the cloud?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yes, you just unlocked a memory that I didn't know was buried deep within there." Because I just think of the Japanese theme for Card Captors.
It's fair.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for that 28-month subscription.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Appreciate it. Woohoo! 28 months with the awesome crew of Channel Awesome. Also, the Kids WB special today was totally awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. So kind of you.
Danny R, thank you for the 100 bits. I just recently watched your review of Milk Money. Milk Money again. How could you be so nice to that pile of garbage masquerading as a movie? You should have burned it, put it all out on fire, mixed it up, then burned it again.
I was gonna say, like, we start off saying, "How could you be so nice?" I'm like, I remember ripping it apart. It's like, oh, you want me to literally rip it apart? Gotcha.
Serrated Milliner, thank you for the 100 bits. I grew up with Ozzy and Drix and didn't know about the movie until years later. Man, what a letdown that was. Better animation, but I totally agree. Getting rid of Bill Murray's character was the best decision for the spinoff, and a bit of a bitter reminder that the movie could have been so much better.
Yeah, the animation is still very good. And even the idea is not bad. It's just, and I think the show shows that, that like it can actually be a decent idea. But yeah, the movie's not so hot.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm going to stop virtually assaulting you for a second to say this. Most of Canada is suffering greatly right now due to out of control forest fires. My area of Canada isn't on fire, but fingers crossed it doesn't hit my area, and I hope if anyone in here is from Canada is okay. These are difficult times for us Canadians.
Definitely. Yeah. No, like I said, I mean, just anything that's doing that to New York, I mean, it's like, Christ, what the hell is Canada going through right now? Yeah, definitely. So, no, like we said before, everyone, be safe, be as safe as you can, man. Yeah, just all our best to you.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Freak Show Cinema for the Oogie Loves movie.
I don't want to step in on Brad's territory. He did a review of that. He still has his Oogie Loves bag, which is so funny. And I feel like that's more his department. I think gets better jokes out of it and everything. So yeah, I don't have that much interest. That's more his thing. I think he did it great already.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Loved the Kids WB special. However, Heather, I was hoping you'd mention the awesome English theme of Card Captors. Yes, I even sing the song with the Pokemon theme and Sailor Moon English thing. It slaps hard. Like I said, I genuinely didn't remember it because I was too busy being in high school, being like, you should just watch it in Japanese, and then you would know the Japanese theme. I don't even know what the English one is anymore. But I do. And you're right. I'm sorry. The secrets of the cloud were all a mystery.
I know that like people have different with like the edits of a lot of these animes and stuff like that. They say, oh man, they change a lot when it came to American stuff like that. But the one thing that has been pretty consistently good with almost all of them has been the theme songs. I'm thinking like Pokemon had a good one. Digimon, like I said, is still in my brain. I still remember the Sailor Moon theme song and everything. So it's like, it is interesting how well they I don't know, maybe in America they're like, well, we know we have to have a kick-ass theme song if a show's going to succeed kind of thing. So it is interesting. Almost all those animes have good theme songs, English theme songs.
Yes, J-Star, I'm aware that it's called Card Captor Sakura, but America called it Card Captors. I'm aware.
America!
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Ryan Johnson movie?
I did like I remember really liking the style of Brick a great deal. I just remember watching that movie and being like, "What's this guy about?" Like, this is kind of fascinating. I do like Last Jedi, but the one that just kind of like really threw me for a loop because it just so challenged me in what a mystery is and what it can do is probably Knives Out. I thought that was so fascinating, where the mystery was, what is the mystery? That just intrigued me. Yeah, I never had a mystery do that to me, and I was just so floored by that. And then when I got to the end, I'm like, I was almost angry that it got me, like, you son of a bitch, because I like looking for, well, what's the twist, what's the surprise, who done it, and stuff like that. And that one, I was like I said, it was, what is the mystery? And it's both right in front of you and hidden at the same time, and it's so clever.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Black Swan? I watched it in one of my undergrad psychology classes, and we had to figure out what criteria Nina met for a hypothetical diagnosis.
Oh, I like that. I really liked it. I guess it's getting like, or maybe it's just Rob. I don't know. Somebody was giving it some pushback, kind of saying like, it's a little overrated and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think what you were saying with like giving a diagnosis and stuff, it is all there. It's just not. it's not Nolanized. It's not constantly talked about. It's shown visually, and I think that's interesting. And I think there is something to Birdman kind of did this too, but the idea of giving yourself to a part, like how much do you let your art hurt you, and how much of that is healthy? Is any of it healthy? I think all of that's really fascinating.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, would you rather watch Baby Looney Tunes or Lunatics Unleashed?
I didn't see much of Baby Looney Tunes. I guess Lunatics Unleashed because I do sort of like the creativity of like the city and just how out of left field it is. Like it's such a sellout where it can kind of be funny. Where Baby Looney Tunes, it's like, okay, this is just exactly what it advertises. It's like kind of no more, no less to me. But Tamara really liked it.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Heather, what's your favorite Clamp manga/anime? Do you have a favorite couple? Also, do you think Doug would be interested in any of their works? I mean, Doug might.
What is it? Clamp?
Clamp, it's the studio that did Card Captors.
Oh, okay.
My favorite is Code Geass. You put Clamp together with giant robots. I was like, oh, give it to me right now. I loved Code Geass. I loved it. I really enjoyed reading, I think, was it X 1999? That was one of my favorite mangas for a while. Card Captors definitely got me super down a Clamp rabbit hole, but those are some of my favorites.
Well, it's funny because there's one called Clamp in Wonderland, so there you go.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if you do a fanscription of the Bob's Burgers movie, what changes would you make?
It's a good question. And just to make it clear, Walter does the fanscription. but if I was to do one, I don't know, because maybe I would just play around with the musical numbers maybe a little bit more, like make them a little bigger. I don't know, something to make it feel a little larger, but not crazy large. Something more along the lines of, man, I don't know. I'm thinking to like that Christmas episode that everybody really liked that came out the past year. Tying into maybe make it a Christmas movie. That'd be kind of cool. Like I kind of feel like that whole episode you could almost turn into a movie. Maybe add a few things, make it a hint bigger, but it's still kind of the same focus and the same idea where it's something big, but it's really small at the same time. That's the only thing I can think of. Just being, asked point blank.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the TV show Becker?
Don't know if I've seen with a B?
B, yes, B like boy, ECKER.
Oh my God, I haven't thought of this show in some time. I don't think I've ever seen it. Yeah, I never saw it. I do remember being advertised, but yeah, I never saw it.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you play South Park The Stick of Truth sometime in the future?
Maybe. I did see the intro, the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings intro, and that kind of immediately won me over. I'm like, oh shit, I think I gotta play this at some point. Just that or the Fractured Butthole and stuff like that. Like, any of those look like fun. I never have played one of those games, and they look like a great deal of fun.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. So Doug's the one whose internet cracked this time. To quote Malcolm from the Fox Kids review, that's almost too ironic.
Yeah, damn it. I got it written down again, just Comcast. Let's look into it. Sorry, lots of anger.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you know if Ryan Stiles or Colin Mockery have been in any works outside of Who's Line? I've been binging Who's Line clips, and I think those two have the chops to be in much more stuff.
Together, I don't know. Ryan Stiles has been in both Hot Shots movies. He's the pilot that gets killed in the opening of the first one. Then he's one of the guys, one of the military guys that goes with him on the trip in the second one. He's very funny in both of them. And then the Drew Carey Show, obviously, he's from there. That's probably how Drew Carey became the host, honestly. So Colin Mockery I haven't seen as much. I see him in commercials, but not really in like any movies or anything. It doesn't mean he's not in them. I just haven't seen him.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Nothing fancy for this bit message, just wanted to tell Heather that I love the little Togepi plush she had in the video. Togepi is one of my favorite Pokemon, and that plush was just so cute. Thank you. I've had it for like almost 20 years at this point. When I was like 14, I think, I was Misty for Halloween. And so I bought the plush to go along with my Misty cosplay.
I just realized I have a Ninja Turtles towel that is technically 30 years old.
Dang.
And I still use it as a towel. It's like the motherfucker held up. Like the little date is on 1993, and I was just like, holy shit, that's 30 years. Goddamn.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Doug and Heather, I went to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with a bunch of friends last night, and it was amazing and spectacular. I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Oh my god, yeah, I can't wait just to watch Across the Spider-Verse again. That's the first movie in a while, maybe since, I don't know, maybe Dark Knight, or I guess I kind of did the same thing with Puss in Boots, but where I was just like, I can't wait to watch this again. Just so excited to go into a theater, sit down, just go through the whole experience again. It was just so much, like, oh god, so good.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, is it fair to say your favorite anime are the ones with the least anime cliches? I noticed you more gravitate to Cowboy Bebop and Ghibli and less to Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. You've gotten annoyed by Teen Titans and Turning Red for their anime cliches.
It's just certain cliches. Look, Cowboy Bebop and Ghibli and all that have plenty of anime tropes. They're just worked in a way that I enjoy a little bit more. I really like Full Metal Alchemist, and that's full of, the tropes I usually don't like, but it's still really good. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said the times where their heads get really big and the wavy lines happen, the big sweat beads. Like, I personally don't get into that style, but it's fine. It's a style. I see, the idea behind it and everything. But I really like the ones where you can kind of tell they're saving money in certain areas, but they do it so stylistically. I love it when they do a close-up of somebody's eyes like this, and you don't see the mouth talking. It's just sort of moving from left to right like this, and it's it's just to save on money, so you don't have to animate the mouths moving. But it's like it's so good. It looks so good and adds so much to the moment. Or the cool angles where it's just two people, their backs looking at one another, and the other person's too far away. Like nothing is moving. But it's like so dramatically drawn and set up that it's like, wow, I'm totally in this moment. I know this is probably just to save money, but it's like it's done so stylistically. I don't care. I'm just so sucked in.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. With the release of Street Fighter 6, Doug, do you have a favorite Street Fighter character?
Of course. It really isn't Bison. I think I like playing Bison. I used to like playing Blanca a lot, but yeah, and then Cammy sometimes I was pretty good at, but yeah, those were the main three I usually play.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I definitely say Card Captors or Card Captor Sakura is a definite watch. It's one of my favorite Clamp manga and animes. I also love Clamp's crossover universe series, the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. It was my MCU before MCU was a thing. I was reading it like that because you were unlocking memories. I was like, oh my god, yes, the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, yes!
Yeah, cool. Like, I'm probably going to watch, before I get to that, I'll watch something like Dragon Ball first, because that's piquing my interest a little bit more. But I believe, yeah, I'll see if I can check it out at some point.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, sorry to bring up Ducky and Anne Marie again, but another reason I was worried about was because you've said you don't like performances that are too cutesy or Olsen twins-like, such as Penny from Rescuers and early Mara Wilson roles.
Nah, but those movies work in kind of the darkness a little bit, and when she has to have the emotional moments, they legit work. And I don't know, I felt like in both those performances she brought in a little bit of that lighter spirit, that bright light that you need in movies like that, and she was still a distinct character as well. So no, I thought she did well in both of those. She was very believable in both of those, even though you're right, it can easily just be a cutesy role, and sometimes it walks the line. But no, I thought that really was a certain spirit that she brought to it, and really made those roles come alive.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, what do you think of King of the Hill?
Oh, I love it. I keep hearing they're going to bring it back and reboot it, and I don't know about that. I mean, it would be interesting, but I don't know. There's a part of me that kind of wonders if you can even kind of make a show like that. Now, I'd be curious to see how it's done and what they do. Um, but yeah, I love watching it. I love all those characters. Yeah, no, it's just that I've seen all of them. It's super enjoyable. I love the Texas problems. I've been to Texas several times. My grandfather grew up there, and my dad grew up there. We visited there a lot. That's kind of it. That's what I remember about it. I haven't been there in a while, but that's kind of what I remember about it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. PSA recommendation for the commercial special. Look up Body Electricity Commercial. It's a fun little PSA about balancing what you eat and participating in enough activity to keep your heart healthy. On top of all that, it has a catchy song.
Is this gonna be the little? Oh no, it's not. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like that little yellow guy with the top hat. Health Rock, I guess is what it's called. Okay, I will try to check that out.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, Red Letter Media had Macaulay Culkin, and the nerd had Macaulay Culkin. Have you thought of having him in a video, maybe for a review of the first Home Alone?
No, I'm gonna get Kieran Culkin. I'm a big Succession fan. I got to get him on the show. That just makes a lot more sense. No, I haven't looked into. I'm always afraid. He's gonna see some of the reviews of his movies, some of my reviews of his movies that he's done, where I haven't talked about his acting in the best light. But I've always said, look, I think he was going through a lot. He was an icon and everything. That this isn't the best script. But man, I still say, because I'm gonna do the original Home Alone this year, he is spot on perfect. I mean, that ending bit with him looking out the window and stuff, that's just like one of the most magical moments in any Christmas film. And he is 100% holding that moment. I mean, that look is just like nothing can top it. I don't know. A part of me is just like, don't risk it. I don't want to know if he's seen them or not.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. It was announced that Disney is working on Hocus Pocus 3. I loved growing up with the first one. The sequel was just okay. I don't think we need a third. Thoughts?
It's just what Disney's doing right now. You know, what a shame, because I feel like with stuff like Across the Spider-Verse coming out and the Mario movie and stuff, yes, these are based on, the previous IPs and everything, but they're really doing something new with it. I just feel like Disney isn't going to do anything new with it. Like I said, if they did something like had the sisters younger or growing up or something like that, would be interesting, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're just relying on the same old, and it's gonna catch up with them. You could argue it's already catching up with them. So I don't know. I think they should look at Puss in Boots, Across the Spider-Verse, and say, okay, how can we do that? How can we do more of that? Or even their old style, like Encanto and Coco. I mean, just look at those again and be like, okay, let's try to capture that once more.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, what popular stop motion movie do you think a sequel could work for?
I mean, any of the Leica stuff, like Paranorman and Coraline and Kubo and stuff. Even Box Trolls, honestly, I have a soft spot for. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, maybe not Nightmare Before Christmas. That's fine. Leave that alone. And again, I can see Disney being like, we gotta do another one. So leave that alone. But dude, honestly, almost any other one, I could see a sequel to. Not James the Giant Peach, because I didn't even like the first one. But yes, most of them.
Power fan, thank you for that 28-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Love the content. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Baz Luhrmann Great Gatsby movie?
I never saw it, and I should, because I bet I would find it interesting. Even if I hated it, I feel like I would find it interesting. I should check it out.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, good news. Part 3 of Ready Player One goes out tomorrow night. Thank you for your contribution. We might come visit Chicago next month. Might bump into ya. P.S. Everything's on fire here. This is fine.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of truth in that right now. Yeah, definitely.
Rand C Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So Doug, remember last week when I recommended the Disney Channel show Get Ed for Disney-cember? The show creator directed Beauty and the Beast, the Christmas movie. Also, the show is only 26 episodes.
I like the way you delivered that. That was good.
They wrote in, pause for a second. So I was just following direction.
Okay, well done, well done. Well, good stage direction as well. Very well written. I will try to check it out.
Oiram, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, did you know there was an anime of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before the one most people know? I haven't watched it. I just heard the card game wasn't a big part of the series at first. It just got pushed more into the forefront over time. I think I'm aware of it, but haven't watched it. Is it like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 or something like that? Chat. I haven't watched it. I really only watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, no, I haven't seen season 0. Thank you, chat, for confirming that I was correct in that. Zircon, thank you for the 100 bits. I really enjoyed today's Kids WB episode. Always enjoy these kinds of retrospectives. They remind me of my childhood. May I suggest a future Adult Swim retrospective? I'd love to see your thoughts on early Adult Swim shows such as Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Harvey Birdman.
You know, we probably could, the more I think about it. Yeah, because we did Toonami, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'll only do the stuff that people grew up with and stuff. And it's like, but a lot of people have grown up with adults. There's a really good video. I always blank on this guy's name. Like, Captain with a K is something, but he did this very short, tight video about Adult Swim. And man, did he sum it up in a creative, poignant way. And, I wish I could. Maybe I can look them up real fast. But yeah, honestly, for a while, it's kind of like, well, what's even the point since this guy did it so well? But it's like, but we can still kind of do our thing, like the thing that we do. So let me give you this guy's name. Captain Christian with a K on both. Captain K, Christian K. And it's got a lot of hits, too. It's like 1.7 million. So that's good. It's getting a lot of views. But yeah, he did a very, very good video on it. It's not even 10 minutes. It's 8 minutes. But it's very well done.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the movie The Guard with Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle?
I don't even think I've heard of that Guard movie. 2011? Yeah, I've never even heard of it. I will try and check it out.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Wait, Doug, you said the clue is WC. Izumi Curtis wears sandals with those initials. You're reviewing Full Metal Alchemist. Well, just kidding. I have no idea, but it'll be a surprise for next week.
Yeah, no, you figured it out. You figured out the puzzle.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, Macaulay Culkin is engaged to Brenda Song. So technically, a grown-up Kevin McAllister is married to Amphibia's Anne Boonchi Choi. Sorry, I don't know. Or London Tipton, if you're most familiar with Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay. You know, it's funny because I heard Brendan say, I'm like, where do I know that? I'm like, that's right. It was.
She's a Disney Channel star.
Yeah, big time, man. Yeah, some of these that I saw. Is she Wendy Wu or is she someone in Wendy Wu? Because I did see that.
Yeah.
She was good in that. And Brendan saw. Who was she in Amphibia? Was she like one of the main?
Anne Boonchi.
Okay, I think that's the main character. So I don't know that. That's neat. Very cool. Oh, she was very funny in that. Yeah, what I've seen her in, she's very talented.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, which character from Seinfeld do you think should have gotten more screen time? For me, it's a toss-up between Mr. Kruger, the mole, and Babs, Kramer's mom.
Man, let me think. I mean, most of them have like just the perfect amount of time. I don't know. I honestly can't show all the characters I wanted to see more of. Like they did show more of. I can't think of anyone I wanted to see more of. Everyone got the perfect amount of time. Yeah, no notes.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your favorite long take in film or TV? My top 2 are the ones from the opening of 12 Angry Men and the opening of the 3rd episode from the 2nd season of The Chosen.
Was it film or TV or either?
Either film or TV.
You know, one, and it's so clear how they did it and stuff like that, but it was just so much fun to watch on the big screen in Avengers when they do that great big long shot. And, you know, just of every Avenger doing something cool and the camera just zooming around everything. And I remember because I leaned over to Rob and I said, this is one of my favorite shots of all time. It's not even done yet. Like it was still going. I thought that was pretty cool. If you want for a scare, even though there's a few edits in there, Exorcist 3. And I don't even need to say what the scene is. I just say that. I just say Exorcist 3 scare. Everybody knows what I'm talking about who has seen the movie. So, and I love that. I love that it has that reputation for those who have seen it.
Fat Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Tamara Chambers, bitch!
Oh, so mean.
Oiram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, no matter what you said about Turning Red, at least you didn't say it should have had more mentions of 9/11. And yes, someone actually complained that Turning Red didn't acknowledge 9/11.
I heard that. I never did read the review, so I shouldn't, hit too much on it or anything, but that sounded very weird.
Maxman, thank you for the 300 bits. Doug, have you ever thought of doing an NC on the 2017 My Little Pony movie, or is it one of those films that you need to watch the show to understand what's going on?
I need to watch the show, and I tried watching the show. It's totally fine. It's just not my thing. I wasn't getting into it, but I acknowledge it's perfectly fine for what it is. Yeah, that's another one where I'm like, I know it has such a following and such a fan base. Like, you need someone that really understands that show, that world, that fan base, everything about it to talk about it. I'm not that person.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Bill Bixby was in an early 70s show called The Magician. William Shatner was one of the guest stars. Does this Bixby news pique your interest?
Intriguing.
Zircon, thank you for the 100 bits. A few suggestions for movies I'd love to see you review: the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Short Circuit, Heavy Metal, the Muppets movie and sequels, Tremors, my favorite movie, any 80s dark fantasy movie, Dark Crystal, Willow, etc.
Some of those I've done. I did Heavy Metal. I did, what the fuck was the other one? The Short Circuit movies. I did both of them. And what was the first one that was mentioned?
Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I always think, would I be able to add anything that different? And maybe a couple things, but for how long they are, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be quite an undertaking. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I'd have to figure out how. I'd have to do something a little different.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 100 bits. Y'all killed it with the NC today, especially Chaplin, of course. I love Hysteria, and not many people I know seem to remember it, so I appreciate the spotlight on it.
Liked it. Kermit liked your work. Yay! Yeah, I did feel a little bad ripping into Hysteria, because again, it's like, I do feel like it's maybe meant for younger kids, and it's hard to hate on a show that's trying to educate kids, but I don't know, maybe it was one of the reasons I kind of went to it, because I wanted to like it more, and I'm just like, this isn't working for me. But again, I feel like if I was a lot younger, I'd probably get into it.
Schooner, thank you for that Prime subscription. Welcome, appreciate that. Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you're not a big Harry Potter fan, Doug, but what is your favorite and least favorite of the movies?
Favorite's got to be the third one, The Prisoner of Azkaban. But it was funny because I was almost gonna say my favorite and least favorite were the Deathly Hallows, because I really didn't like part one, but I really liked part two. But least favorite, probably the maybe the second one. It just felt like the first one again. So that was sort of the most boring to me. But yeah, I don't know. I guess a toss up between that and Deathly Hallows one. I don't know if any are like bad, though. It's just like underwhelming would be like the word for me.
Coburn, thank you for the 100 bits. If you ignore True Grit, are there any other John Wayne movies that you like?
Oh, sure. Red River, I like. Trying to go through The Searchers, I do like. Man, I'm trying to go through. Like, he's made like a bajillion movies, and I'm blanking on so many of them. I was gonna say True Grit, but that's already up there. That's enough. That's 3.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. If you reviewed the Expendables movie, you could make your own Expendables group featuring Devil Boner, Hyper Fangirl, Bill, Doe, and Chester.
I thought about it back in the day, and then I sort of, I don't know. It's already kind of making fun of itself, so it kind of seems silly to do that. I just saw the teaser for that fourth one. That fourth one does not look good. It's almost like the Expendables. They're literally expendable. There's like Stallone and maybe 2 others, and they're kind of in the background. But the new team is coming in. Like, oh, just let it die. I never did see the third one. I heard it wasn't that great. I've only seen the first 2, and I like those.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Heather and Doug, when you bump into Malcolm, tell him I loved his segment/bit of Static Shock. I love the Christmas episode with Marie/Permafrost, who's homeless, and Hayden Walsh, VA of Starfire and Teen Titans, is amazing in that episode. I cry every time at the end.
I started to look up a little bit of Static Shock after he talked about it, especially while I was looking up clips too. I was just like, man, like this. I did hear it was good, but I didn't know it was on HBO Max. So when I saw that, I'm like,
Mm.
oh, okay. So I have no excuse not to watch this. So I looked at 1 or 2 episodes. It was pretty good. I was really digging the Batman crossover. Was especially really cool. I don't know. Anytime it's like I didn't even know that was going on. And then when he said that, I'm like, what? He did like an episode with Batman? What? And I just immediately like had to go find that, and that was really cool. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird because it's such a risk when you talk about like special episodes, difficult
Yeah.
topics, and because man, if it doesn't work, it is so uncomfortable and so cringy and so bad. See Captain Planet anything, but yeah, but then it's all the more impressive when they get it right, and it should make you feel like a little uncomfortable, but like the right kind of uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
that's the intent of what they're going for. So it's always really cool when you see a show that does that, and it's like, yes, this is having the impact it's supposed to have on me.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Which George Costanza moment is funnier? His "Believe it or not, George is not at home" answering machine message, or his "Astonishing Tales of Costanza" speech in the Andrea Doria episode?
I like the answering machine because just something about him doing the little shrug, the "Where could I be?" and he sings it so bad too. That's why I love. He like purposefully sings it really bad. So yeah, that cracks me up.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Last night, I was rewatching the commercial special where Tamra plays the imprisoned housewife in the coffee commercials. Tamra has a manic energy that is so funny, and I love the bloopers.
Oh yeah. Oh god. We're so lucky. We got such a great team. I mean, like they're great to work with. They're mad talented and stuff like that. Everyone but Heather is just so great. I just want to say that. No, obviously, everybody is but I. So no, but it's like I mean, I do gotta pinch myself sometimes and just be like, oh my god, we're so fucking lucky.
Well, we appreciate you, Doug.
No, you don't. Don't do that. I know you don't. It's okay. I don't appreciate me.
Doug, shut up again. I appreciate you. Take it. No.
You gotta do the punch. There we go. Okay.
Strider for life, thank you for the 100 bits. Fast and the Furious / Transformers crossover. Might as well. They already went into space.
I don't know. I guess we'll see how the new Transformers does, but I feel like they might kind of be on their way out. Transformers already seems out. This is kind of their last ditch effort, and Fast and Furious might finally be getting there. I mean, 10 movies is a good run, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Coburn, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Hitman movies? I saw the one from 2007 on Disney Plus, and while it's not 100% true to the game, I consider it a good adaptation of it.
No, I didn't even know there was more than one, honestly. So no, I never did check them out.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I see you have a Lust art print from Fullmetal Alchemist. Very nice. Do you have any more FMA art prints?
I don't think so. I'm not even like, like I like the show. I think it's a good show, but it's not something where I'm like looking for that artwork. But that one just looked really fucking cool. I was just, I do really like that kid. I don't know, something about the kid with like the long claws and nails, and said she was just so cool and in control and everything. I don't know. She was just awesome. So yeah, I was like, I had to get that one.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, which commercial from your commercial special was the worst to sit through? The Northern Ireland PSA or the Little Baby's ice cream commercial?
I mean, the Northern Ireland one did catch us by surprise, so that was, like I said, I mean, if you look that up, I mean, like, they squashed the kids, like, they showed them being squashed, but it's a little cartoony because they're kind of flattened as well, but the Little Baby's ice cream, that one we were just horrified from beginning to end.
Zircon, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of commercials, could you talk about the Budweiser frogs on a future episode? Either that or some of the Geico commercials.
I have the Budweiser frogs like on the list. Like, yeah, at some point I got to talk about them. And yeah, but I don't know what I would say. Actually, that's not true. I got 1 or 2 jokes I could do, but they are interesting because I feel like people are starting to forget about them. And it would be interesting to kind of bring that back because they were huge for a while. So yeah, maybe it will. And the Geico Gecko, I don't know what I could say or add. I mean, it's still going, and he doesn't do anything funny, but he doesn't do anything offensive either. It's just his charm is existing, So I don't know what I can really add to that.
Hana Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, question. In which review did you say about the main character, he's like a male Lara Croft down to hating John Voight?
Maybe National Treasure? I'm not sure.
I do
That's my
have the
best
answer.
guess. Oh, what is it?
The answer is Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Because he. Oh, okay, that good. That makes it more clever because he was the bad guy in the first film. Okay, good. It's a better joke than I thought.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Fine. The Truman Show is like the Joe Schmo Show. Get out! Get right out of my head!
Yes.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, do you speak any Japanese? Not really. I moved to Japan under the false pretenses from the company that I worked with telling me that everyone really spoke English there. That's not true. So I spoke a little bit more when I lived there because I just kind of got tossed into the deep end and needed to pick stuff up and sink or swim.
Man, that must have been rough.
Yeah, I mean, I had done some basic, like, phrases and stuff, so it wasn't the worst, but definitely was, not not ideal, but I figured it out.
When I was in France, I was, I didn't learn the language, but I was told if you at least attempt it, they'll treat you better. They won't, like act harsh to you or anything like that. So when people would tell me what certain words were, I would listen to them, but then I would listen to the accent. That was the big thing, So I think excuse me, it was like désolé, something like that.
Désolé.
And yeah, and so I tried to do it in the accent that I heard, and then I say, oh, désolé, like that. And then they would start speaking French to me. I'm like, oh, English, sorry. So I was like, okay, at least I got one word down when I would do these.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite moment from the Honeymooners TV show? Mine is the episode where Ralph is trying to improve himself and Ed lists his faults, and one of them is can't speak French. IDKY, but that's hilarious to me.
Yeah, boy, that kind of ties into what we were just talking about.
It does.
I mean, anything with his reactions clearly is going to be the best. I like the one that's sent up to with a gift of the Magwai, where he sees that she got the gift that he sold or however it works, and just when she holds it up so happy, just his reaction, his eyes just going. I mean, I got big eyes too, but I can't do his reaction. I mean, those were just phenomenal. And that just made me laugh so hard. Because literally he's entirely still. All it is the eyes getting big, and it just brings down the house. I love that.
We're going to have to pick it up just a little bit here. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Heather, the Japanese openings for Cardcaptor Sakura are amazing. I also sing them too. Fantastic. Nice. Mitchell, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, I know you have reviewed the recent American Godzilla films, but do you enjoy the classic films from Toho?
I've only seen a couple. And, well, and it does vary, doesn't it? The first one is very different from, like, the fifth one.
Yeah.
But I've seen a couple, and they're fun for what they are. I am a little bit more of a Kong fan, but I feel like I kind of like the Godzilla character a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. As time passes, I laugh more and more at the Camelot song from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The song sequence in and of itself was hilarious, but Arthur deciding to skip it solely because 'tis a silly place is the real kicker.
Yeah, that's an example of a trope that somebody broke in a movie and makes it, that's their quest, and they give it up like in the first third of the movie.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. The forest fires are simply revenge for all of the acid rain which came north from the Rust Belt. Revenge! Revenge! Oh yeah, love for Canadians. Love for Canadians, yes. Only love and positivity to y'all. Yes. Spike, thank you for the 100 bits. Could you do Three Amigos?
That's another one. I don't know what I would say about it. I like it. But yeah, that's about it. It's funny. That's about all I got.
Rand C Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, remember last week when I recommended the Disney Channel show Pen Zero Part-Time Hero? Well, the co-creator who co-wrote and co-directed Disney's Zootopia. Hope you review it for next Disney-cember.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I remember you recommending that. I will try my best to I can't do it this year. I'll see if maybe I can get to it next year.
LePew, thank you for the 150 bits. Congratulations living in our city for 5 years. What have you been up to? Friends you've made, activities you like since the move, and your favorite hangout place? Happy you enjoy living here in Cartoon Network City.
Oh, for a second I was like, Talk about Chicago? I've been here longer than that.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Colin Mockery gets lots of work in Canada thanks to being Canadian. Check him out in This Hour has 22 minutes and a satirical news Canadian TV show on the CBC.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Okay, yeah, I love his stuff. I definitely want to see more.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. One episode of The Owl House that would work for Dark Toons is the episode Hollow Mind. The one where, okay, I know you've told me how to say the name of this character, L-U-Z. What's the name of the main character?
Luce.
Luce. Luce and Hunter are trapped in Belos's mind. I know that on the surface it doesn't seem dark, but when examining the portrait of Belos's memories, you'll probably need to watch a YouTube video to catch them all. And the fact Belos has been cloning his brother and repeatedly killing them over the years and why he does it has some very dark undertones.
Yeah, well, couple of spoilers there, but yeah. So it's funny. I just saw that episode too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of episodes you could technically do for Owl House. Yeah, might be a thought.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. Going down to screen E.T. the Extraterrestrial movie. Has NC reviewed that? Enjoy your stream.
No, I like E.T. I don't love it. And people are either like, what? Or they're like, yeah, I see that. It's weird. It was like the biggest film of like all time for a while. And then people are like, yeah, it's good.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, wait, Heather, I know the perfect Clamp series Doug would love. X 1999 and Triple X Holics, since he loves dark stuff. Triple X Holic also does tie in with Tsubasa as well, since the manga was released simultaneously during the release. Also, Doug, Triple X Holic has an entire chapter/episode dedicated to the Monkey's Paw story.
Oh, cool. Okay. Try to check it out.
Matt the Imp, thank you for the 100 bits. A big fan of the channel. Doug, what are your thoughts on Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender? Will it be delectable tea or deadly poison?
I have to wait and see based on their other animated adaptations, in terms of film anyway. My hopes aren't that high, but we'll see. Or live action, I should say, like Cowboy Bebop and Death Note. But we'll see. I'll give it a chance.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Laika's Missing Link?
I never saw it. It's the only one I haven't seen. That is literally the missing link for me. But I should check it out.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. I would love Adult Swim special for you guys. I mean, you can talk about the animes that aired that made an impact, such as Cowboy Bebop, Wolf's Rain, Fullmetal Alchemist, Blood Plus, Trigun, and so much more.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to write that down. It's really not bad.
Your Extra Joe, thank you for that 28-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I'm guessing the WC stands for White Chicks. I'm sure I'm wrong, but it's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I'll never tell.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, for an April Fool's joke, you should have a Q&A stream where we submit our questions, and literally for the first question you answer should be an hour and 59-minute long monologue. When Heather brings up the second question, just say, well, that's all the time that we have for today.
Sorry, we could have Matt Damon. Yeah, maybe something like that, or maybe do them all in. I was gonna say do them all in like Chester or Devil Boner character or something. But I was like, my voice would give out pretty quick.
Yeah. TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. Currently watching your Kids WB episode, loving it so far. Static Shock was one of my favorite as it handled certain issues a lot better than today's shows. For example, it showed that there are bigots, but even bigots are capable of change.
Yeah, I've started watching a little bit of it too. Honestly, I wanted to watch it for those episodes, and they're pretty interesting. I've really been digging it, so I haven't seen a ton, but what I've seen, I like.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. I sort of agree with your views on Pokemon, Doug. I love the games, but wasn't a fan of the show except for that amazing theme song.
Oh, yeah, and I know if I was a kid, I would love it. Oh my God, that has me written all over it if I was a kid. But as an adult, I can't see past the gotta catch them all, like gotta buy them all, kind of thing. It's impossible for me to see past that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Fun fact about Yu-Gi-Oh! The creator came up with the idea for the anime after a trip he took to Egypt, and the civilization had the earliest recorded concept of games. It made me interested in Egyptian history. Also, Kaiba was created because a real-life jerk didn't want to teach him how to play a card game until he collected enough cards.
That's really interesting. I don't even know much about the show. That's really interesting.
Coburn, thank you for the 100 bits. Can one call the current Fast and Furious movies for family movies?
Family picture. Sure.
Max Man, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, why do I get the feeling that one day you will do a commercial special where the main joke is building up to the Smurfs UNICEF PSA?
Oh, I don't know because that was that just a web thing or an actual commercial? I forget. Also, I don't know if I can show it on YouTube now.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Last night, I watched a compilation of game over screens from the Batman Arkham games. Makes me wish other games would have their rogues galleries condescend to you when you die. Imagine a TMNT game where the likes of Krang, Baxter, Stockman, or Leatherhead stand over you acting like hot shit. That'd be cool.
My favorite is now I get that meme when all the Spider-Man No Way Home villains came up and insulted Spider-Man after he died against a black screen. It's like, I get this now. Now I get this.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Martin Short performance?
Oh, man. Actually, I did like him in Only Murders in the Building. I thought he was really good in that.
Kayla Barcelos, thank you for the 1,200 bits. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Velma, Jinkies, Daphne, Jeepers, Shaggy, Zoinks, Scooby-Doo, Ruh-Roh, Fred, son of a bitch.
Writing that like that would have made Velma work.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, Doug, please at least watch the first episode of Black Lagoon dub whenever you can. It's only 29 episodes. Also, listen to the insert songs, The World of Midnight, and This Moment, Prayer in the Light. They're really beautiful insert songs.
I will do my best.
Spike, thank you for the 100 bits. I've never seen E.T.
It's good. It is good.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Silver Psalm, thank you for the 100 bits. Ever considered doing a review of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's film, like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End?
I've talked about them. I did a compilation talking about like things you didn't know about them and stuff, so it's kind of a review.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits, with Pixar CEO claiming that audiences just didn't get it, and both director and producer getting axed. Maybe it's time for an in-depth review of Lightyear.
That's so boring. I did a Disney December of it. That was enough. That goes in all the detail I need.
All right, cool. We have 5 minutes.
Nice.
For highlighted messages. And really quickly here, chat, too. I started taking some notes on this, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning of stream, but that's fine. I think on Friday during Doug's stream, I want to do a chat vote for what we're going to watch for our watch party. So if you have any, like, funny movies that are free on Prime, they have to be included with Prime, not, like, with ads or anything like that you want to recommend to me or share with me. I'm going to start doing some more investigation tomorrow so that by Friday we can do some voting, chat voting. You're making a face, Doug.
Is that next Tuesday we're doing that?
Or you got something going on?
I already delayed it once. We'll see.
Okay, all right. Maybe not. All right, well, we'll talk, Doug. We'll figure it out. It's all right. Life is gonna happen. Maybe we just do a watch party without you. I don't know. We'll figure it out, okay?
No, I gotta be there. Or maybe we'll do it like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, talk to me after stream, and because I don't know what you have going on, but we'll figure it out. That's all that matters. TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. So you've done Disney Afternoon, Kids WB, Fox Kids, and Toonami. When does Cartoon Fridays come up?
I was a little too old for that. Somebody was bringing up Adult Swim, though. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Ozier says, Doug, would you ever want to come back to Lancaster, Pennsylvania for another ZenkaiCon event?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a lot of fun. That town was so cool as well. Yeah, no, I'd love to come back there. Yeah, if you want us down there, just tell the con and say you love to see us there.
J-Star says, I need to say this since it's clearly the best anime of the year and you need to watch Oshi no Ko, and you need to go into it as blind as possible. Anyway, will you give the live action One Piece on Netflix when it eventually drops? I'm assuming they're asking if you'll watch it.
I haven't even seen the animated one, so I should probably watch that before I see the live action one.
Matt Gamer says, thank you for taking us down memory lane of Kids WB. P.S. Tamra thought me this. Pokemon, bitch!
So cruel. Everybody's so cruel. Yeah. Don't you fist her yet?
Spike, thank you for the 100 bits. Billy Madison.
Yeah, I think that'd just be annoying to review. I'm assuming you're talking about that to review. Yeah, that would just kind of get on my nerves.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Dread it, run from it. The watch party will arrive all the same.
That's true. It will happen no matter
It
what.
will.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah.
It
Definitely.
absolutely will. Lord Wolfen says, sorry I'm late to the stream. I had to watch an hour-long review for Kids WB. All I can say is nice video. Was disappointed that Detention, Molly O, and Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries weren't talked about.
I was debating whether or not to put Sylvester and Tweety on there, but I was like, I don't know how many people remember it, so I kind of skipped over it. And we just had so many shows. The others, I don't even know.
Master Mario says, I miss DVD commentaries. They used to be very fun to watch. It used to be mandatory for a mainstream movie or show to have them. Now it's rare. Even modern Blu-rays seem to be lacking in deleted scenes or other goodies.
Yeah, it's because streaming is taking off so much. I'm with you. I like hearing the commentaries for a lot of stuff like that.
Elite Gamer says, hello, Doug and Heather. I mean, lasagna. Awesome video today. Also, that bagel really hit the spot.
There is a fact, I believe, that is tied to that as well.
Mumra, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you think was better and why in Living Color or early 90s SNL?
For me, in Living Color, because it was shorter, it got to the point faster. I feel like it pushed the envelope a little bit more. It was a little bit more unique. Where SNL obviously had a formula that they kept writing there and stuff. So, no, I was a real big fan of that show.
Orlando Garcia says, Doug, take it from a kid that Pokemon was catered to. Even I didn't like it. The little bastard saying their names over and over was just awkward and annoying.
I mean, I do get it. I mean, I totally understand why this is a hit and why kids will love it. Again, I know I would love it if I was a kid. Yeah, a lot of people say they couldn't see past the commercialism of like Transformers or He-Man and any of that, and I get that too. I love those, but it's like, I get it.
And this will have to be our last one. Ramirez says, in terms of Spider-Man, do you prefer the first game on the PS4 or Miles Morales?
Probably the first game, but I did really enjoy Miles Morales.
All right, cool, awesome. Well, thank you all so much, as usual, for joining us here today. We appreciate you being here. We do have content here 5 days a week, so come on back and hang out with us. We always love seeing you here. We'll be live Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So just come back, hang out. We appreciate you. As usual, we're going to go over and raid Tamara. So let's all go say hello to Tamara Chambers, bitch. Thank you, Doug. Thank you for punching yourself. That was really helpful to be a part of the bit there.
Thank you for inciting it.
Yes, yes. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.